On this show, we tend to concern ourselves with the little things, which of course means we usually completely neglect the big things. We should probably neglect the little things, too.
Hello and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name's Vinnie.
My name's Matt. How you doing?
Good. Got the day off.
I want to ask you, have you heard of this show Maya and Marty on NBC?
Heard of it. Haven't seen it.
Well, it's a variety show which premiered just on May 31st on NBC. It's got Maya Rudolph in it and Martin Short. It's produced by Lorne Michaels. Like you, Vinny, haven't seen it. I hadn't even heard about it until this video just went viral of Martin Short bringing back the beloved, is that the right?
By some.
Yeah, beloved character, Jiminy Glick from the early 2000s. And he interviewed one Larry David.
LD.
Yeah. Did you watch this video yet?
I didn't.
Oh, boy.
I'm a bad Seinfeld fan.
I'm a bad man. It's a great video. Everyone should check this out. I got it in our show notes. There's a link there for you to watch. It's great because I think Larry David and Martin Short have a really nice history together.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see a lot of, there's a lot of, like playful banter.
I think they each adore each other and just being in each other's company. So Larry's always got a smile in the few times I've seen them together, and Martin's going to end up making Larry crack up.
Absolutely. Having said that, I always hated this character. Like, it is one of the most annoying, unfunny characters I think ever. But again, somehow with Larry David, it works for me at least.
I don't have anything bad to say about him.
It's because you and Martin are such good friends.
Martin Short is one of the most talented comedians I've ever seen. And the characters he can do, and I didn't realize he had a book that came out recently, or in the past couple years, and he talked about losing his wife. Mm-hmm. He was on a podcast, I forget which one, being interviewed, but it was really profound with the way he spoke about her and his career. I got to track that down.
Yeah, Martin Short is
love that guy.
One of the all-time greats, man. He's fantastic. They actually had a little bit on that. What was that event called? Jon Stewart hosted it. I want to say like from the Beacon Theater in New York. It was like Night of 1,000 Stars or something. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. But there was this, it was like the pledge drive. You had this phone bank of all these comedians, like the girls from Broad City were there and Susan Sarandon, but in the front was Larry David and Martin Short. And they did that bit where Martin Short they were trading off the phone with a lady pretending to be Larry David, basically.
I remember.
Mm-hmm. And even Martin Short was on an episode of Curb, wasn't he?
That's right. Doing Jiminy Glick
impressions. You go. So it all comes together. But we'll include a link in our show notes for you guys. Vinny, in bigger news, we got the latest trailer for Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, Season 8.
This is news.
Yes.
Hey, I got news for you.
Great news. All right, I got news. You ready?
Season 8 premieres on Thursday, June 16th. Is that next week, actually?
That's right around the corner.
Yeah, by the time next week's episode airs, you'll get the first episode of Comedians in Cars. I don't know who's up first, but check out this lineup. You got J.B. Smoove, Jim Gaffigan, John Oliver, Judd Apatow, Lorne Michaels, and Margaret Cho.
So remember last season when the list was announced and we said, wow, there's a couple of those names I kind of know who that is. Some you don't even know. These are all A-listers in comedy right here.
Yeah, I asked you before we started recording, like, what's the biggest name here? It's kind of like everyone's on the same level.
Yeah.
Really.
It's they're all who's who. They're all murderer's row, if you will.
Right. I mean, they're all stand-up comedians in a sense. I don't know if Lorne Michaels ever did stand-up, but I mean, he's such a heavy hitter from a production standpoint. But is there a name on here that you're looking forward to the most?
Oh, it begins and ends with J.B. Smoove.
Yeah. I agree.
Because, I associate JB with Larry and Curb. It'd be cool to see, and I guess he was in that season, the Seinfeld arc season 7, but to see just to see Jerry and JB go on one-on-one. And even you heard in the trailer, JB, JS. It's adorable. Can't wait.
No, but it's a good lineup, man. Like every year we kind of, theorize who's going to be on or who would we like to see. Is there any comedian out there that you've really, wanted to see on the show or at least just sit down with Jerry?
I think we mentioned before Mike's went hot, as well as last season of Comedians in Cars, we'd like to see Tig Notaro on there.
That would have been really good timing because her book comes out in a week or two.
June 14th.
Yeah.
Yeah, who else is there?
You know stand-up better than I do.
A little bit.
But
I really like Nikki Glazer. She's got that show on Comedy Central. I wouldn't mind seeing her because she's good friends with Amy Schumer. She does a lot of sketches on Inside Amy Schumer. So it'd be cool to see Nikki on there. Mm-hmm. She was also on, Mark Maron's podcast. And has Mark Maron been on? He's been on, right?
I want to say yes. I should probably come up with a list of the previous guests.
Homework on that.
Someone that my wife and I are just in love with now, and I think she's trending like crazy because of her special on Netflix, but Ali Wong would be a fantastic guest to get on there. If anyone hasn't watched Baby Cobra yet on Netflix, check it out.
She does it while pregnant. She's 7 or 8 months pregnant when she does her special.
Right. It's a fantastic set. Really enjoyed that. So she would be interesting. But again, hell, if they do this series for another 15 years or whatever, I'm sure one of these comedians will wind up on there.
I'm looking if I have the list up right now of all the guests. Has Ray Romano done it?
Ray!
He hasn't done it yet.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah! No, Ray hasn't been on.
Really?
Yeah.
Once again, June 16th, the premiere of Comedians in Cars Season 8. Check it out. Vinny, let's move over to Newman's mailbag. We're going to take 5 or 10 minutes here to go over some emails from our listeners over the past 2 weeks here. We've got emails about the soup and about the gymnast. First up, from the soup, we've got an email from Jared. Oh, boy. I think it's
Delahaye.
Delahaye? So sorry, Jared. I think we've done this before, too.
Probably. So, and we'll continue to do it.
Yes. Hey, he brings up Comedians in Cars, the episode with LD, tying it to the soup and the discussion of whether or not soup is a meal. Jared writes, if you'll remember, Larry David talks about how his ex-wife didn't like that he stopped drinking coffee. Larry was of the opinion that he had something in his cup. It was tea. So what's the difference if she's drinking coffee? Much like Jerry, you guys argued that the meal was the act of being there. And real-life Jerry sides with the ex-wife, though, and equates the whole tea-coffee controversy to being like ordering a salad at an ice cream parlor. It's the mood. You're sending conflicting signals here, I guess.
Jared is operating on a whole nother level to pull a Comedians in Cars reference and have it relate to Seinfeld.
Right.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I got to say, I'm not a coffee drinker. And when people offer me coffee and they're sitting down after dinner or whatever, I feel like they always make a face. Like, you didn't drink coffee? You think you're better than me? Something like
that. Jared also wants to point out that he has 2 cats named Soda and Seven. So,
ooh, bubbly and refreshing.
Got an email from longtime listener, one of our most devoted listeners, Paul Elliott, on the topic of similar titles. Remember, Vinny, we went over like the soup Nazi, the Chinese restaurant, the Chinese woman.
I was there.
He brings up similar titles, the abstinence and the virgin.
That's very good.
Yeah, thematically, it's got something there. Paul goes further to say, in The Virgin, Jerry dates someone who's never had sex, while in The Abstinence, George and Elaine stop having sex to mixed results. Also, both episodes feature someone watching Jeopardy in Jerry's apartment. In The Virgin, it's Kramer watching while George is on the phone with Susan.
Here come the judge! Here come the judge!
Exactly. And in The Abstinence, George does so well on Jeopardy that it causes Jerry to ask, is this a rerun? So
no, what is Chicken Kiev?
There's some nice parallels between those two.
Very good, Paul.
Moving on to Jacob Upham. In this week's episode, The Soup, you talked about George's date, reading the defense and calling an audible. That could be a callback to The Implant, when Jerry asks Elaine if women go left or right, and she says, we just play defense.
Man, I'm kind of embarrassed now because I feel like we should have picked up on that. I think the listeners are doing a better job at this show than we are.
Pretty much what the segment is.
Yes.
So good call, Jacob. And then one more email on the soup from Evan Rich, who I met at Seinfeld Trivia a few months back. You're always talking about Seinfeld-related things to do in the city, and I just realized when listening to this week's episode that Mendy's hasn't come up before. It's actually a real restaurant on 34th and Park. I used to walk past it every day on my commute, but haven't checked it out yet. I don't know if we brought this up last week, but Mendy's, yes, is in fact a real restaurant in the city. It's a kosher deli. I don't think it's nearly as formal or as nice as it was presented in the episode. But I was thinking, Vinny, we should hit up Mendy's. That's something to cross off the list.
I'm down. Let's do it.
All right.
We should. Ooh, there's an idea. Let's create a Seinfeld, not bucket list. You're not going to die, but a list to cross off of things to do in the city, and we'll have it on the show. Bring it. Talk about it. We should probably catalog the things we've already done.
Right. I mean, God, going back 8-9 years, we had a lot to do in the city. From Westway Diner to Monk's to Kenny Kramer's bus tour.
Let's go noodle with this.
All right. Moving back to the Gymnast episode, we have an email here from Nate Bodovsky. Sorry. Looking ahead at the episode The Rye, would Mrs. Ross's something is missing, all right, in response to Frank Costanza be considered a hostile compliment?
Absolutely. Perfect usage of the term there.
Hostile compliment?
Nate knows what he's talking about.
And then one email from Josh Elzey from New Orleans. He writes, you guys were talking about crossovers in NBC, and it dawned on me that you guys may have missed out on one of the greatest shows of the 90s, featuring Dave Foley, Stephen Root, Andy Dick, and Phil Hartman. We're talking about News Radio.
Phil Hartman.
Yeah. Did you ever watch News Radio?
No, I didn't.
Me either.
I always confuse News Radio with Just Shoot Me.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, let's stick with News Radio.
Suddenly Susan, was that in the mix too?
Yeah. Caroline in the City. Okay. I'm done.
Well, Josh writes here, in season 3, episode 22, one of the best episodes, Jerry Seinfeld is actually featured extensively. It's not just a cameo. He plays himself. Not sure if it's Jerry from Seinfeld or if it's real life Jerry. I watched the clip online. It definitely seems to be like big celebrity Jerry.
I don't recall this at all.
No, me either. And we've talked about, crossovers like Kramer being on Mad About You, but it's kind of cool to see Jerry Seinfeld be on another sitcom and have these really, long bits of dialogue with Phil Hartman. He doesn't just pop in for a second. But we'll include a link in our show notes. It's actually a lot of fun to watch, even without the context of the episode. It's pretty much Phil Hartman's character trying to sit down and interview Jerry Seinfeld all of a sudden at a restaurant while he's trying to enjoy his meal.
Man, I feel like I got one slip past the goalie just there.
But we'll include a link in our show notes if anyone wants to watch it.
We should try and watch News Radio kind of we've always wanted to watch shows together in coordination, but really can't pull it off. You're able to kind of plunge through faster than I am.
We should do what Kramer did in The Maid, where he's got his girlfriend downtown and they watch Quincy together.
Yeah.
Well, Vinny, if listeners want to send us their thoughts on this week's episode, have a Seinfeld page, website they want us to plug, or just want to say hello, how can they do that?
There are several methods, Matt. We have a Gmail, seincast@gmail.com, an Instagram, a Twitter, a Tumblr, and a Facebook page.
Right on. And last week, we mentioned if you'd like to support the show, we have an iTunes page for you to leave a rating and review. We also have a Tumblr page, and we got a few listeners writing in asking, hey, where's this link if I want to donate to the show? It's on our Tumblr page. The only issue is that you probably won't see the link if you're on your phone, on a mobile device. You really have to use a desktop computer or a laptop.
Really got to want to donate.
Right, you really have to search for that donate tab. But fortunately, I made it a little easier for everyone. I was able to find an actual URL that will take you directly to the donate page. It's in our show notes. Just check out our show notes and click the link that says donate. It'll take you right there. Thanks to everyone who's donated and all those who reached out to us figuring out how the hell can we do this. Vinny, what episode do we have this week?
We are discussing the 8th episode of Season 6, The Mom and Pop Store, written by Tom Gamble and Max Pross, directed by Andy Ackerman, and it originally aired November 17th, 1994.
Well, Vinny, we've got a lot of trivia to discuss this week. A big episode, wouldn't you say?
Huge.
Yes, absolutely. It's probably one of the most memorable from this season. It's also a holiday-themed episode that carries some weight. But the biggest takeaway from this episode is the Jon Voight car which writer Tom Gamble actually thought the episode should have been called. Let's talk about this LeBaron, which it's funny, you think these writers come up with these stories out of the blue. Sometimes they have little bits of inspiration. This story is completely ripped from their lives, right?
Right. Tom Gamble and Max Pross, they even remark pitching this story to Jerry. They were pitching him all day. Nothing was landing. And then as they're walking out to the parking lot, they said, oh, by the way, we had this argument. Tom Gamble bought this car because it was a LeBaron. He was told it was owned previously by Jon Voight. Yeah. And Max Pross refuted him, and Jerry loved that idea so much he said, that's a show, make that an episode. And sure enough, the exchanges between George and Jerry in this show are pretty much verbatim what Tom Gamble and Max Pross did.
Yeah, and this went on for years pretty much, right? Like, I think he bought it in the 80s, pretty much in 89, and he had it for 4 or 5 years until they wrote this episode. And Tom remarked in the commentary for this episode how it's almost like the main reason they wrote this is so they could get Jon Voight on the set to ask him, was this your car at some point?
This chain of events that got you, Tom Gamble, to meet Jon Voight. And he turned the corner and just took one look at the car and just went, I've never seen that car before in my life. It was great. I felt very vindicated.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Right. You feel, too, like Max Pross, he's the one telling the story. He's so happy that Jon Voight denied ever owning it. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. It's very George and Jerry. These two guys, they're friends, but at the same time, Jerry is confused by George's happiness, and he just wants to, squash it.
But George has so little, so why wouldn't he be excited to have a car owned by a celebrity?
Would you ever buy a car because it might have been owned by someone?
It depends on who the someone was, but most likely no. Probably not.
Who's someone in your, other than people on Seinfeld?
Oh, damn.
Who's someone in your life that you would be like, oh, I want something owned by that person?
That's a good question. I don't know. For some reason, I hear Mitch Hedberg, if it was like a Mitch Hedberg thing, or like a Ronnie Dangerfield. I guess a famous comedian that I really admire.
Cool.
You?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think there's only one person out there.
Rod Serling.
Yes, I've admired him since I was a wee lad. Like Rod Serling, the host, creator of The Twilight Zone. I actually went to his museum in Binghamton, New York, and they have like his old dictaphone and all these old devices that he used for recording and writing, and I'm like, I want that.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, this is like Jerry getting the Jerry Lewis cufflinks.
Yes, very much so. Same
thing.
Well, there you go. That just makes me so happy knowing that this storyline is just completely ripped from someone's life. It makes it so much more special because for years I thought, wow, what a creative storyline.
Yeah.
And to know that this actually happened to the writers is great.
Even during the car ride scene, they have the top down. Come on, it's November. Max pointed out that they did have a pencil in the glove box, no teeth marks though, as well as a owner's manual that had Jon Voight spelled John.
Right. It's just insane, man.
Sure, that's Jon Voight's pencil.
Well, Vinny, I'd say every season, Seinfeld parodies, a few movies, and this episode is all about Midnight Cowboy, classic film from the late 60s, won Best Picture, in fact. It's known as the only X-rated movie to win Best Picture.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, which is something. And I haven't seen it in years, but I was thinking back to, everyone who's in the movie. There is one character or one actor in it that he was very young at the time. He is a Seinfeld alum, Mr. Bob Balaban, who played Russell Dalrymple, the head of NBC.
Oh, you don't say. Hey, So we got Jon Voight, who's in this current Seinfeld episode, Dustin Hoffman, who was in Star Wars, and Bob Balaban.
Yes.
3 Seinfeld-related people.
There you go. people.
The people.
But I think this is just such an interesting movie to parody on Seinfeld. And, we've got so many 70s movies referenced, like Godfather, Star Wars. They do a Marathon Man parody at some point. So
That was Tom Gamble, Max Pross as well, right?
there you go, yeah.
We're going to see a Graduate reference later on.
Are we?
The Speed Dial episode with Mrs.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
What, I forget her name.
And I think Graduate and Midnight Cowboy, they came out same year, around the same time. So yeah, just these classic movies. It's just so nice having like an older group of writers. Maybe it's more a reflection of the show being older, but I feel like TV shows nowadays, it's really big to parody like 80s movies like Back to the Future or
You're right.
I don't know, whatever the Goldbergs are talking about each week. But
Topical.
yeah, I love these 60s and 70s movies. The Elaine storyline, I think we should talk about. Apparently, it went through a lot of changes this week. Originally, it was all about big band music, but she had to dance with Mr. Pitt in a jitterbug contest.
That would have been kind of cool. However, this would have made Elaine a good dancer, and it would have ruined the subsequent Elaine's a horrible dancer Little Kicks episodes to follow. So
Absolutely.
It's a good thing that this story was modified.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but Tom Gamble mentioned in the commentary that the Elaine storyline was cut way down, and also that Julia apparently, I think, didn't want to do that storyline. I don't know if it was the dancing that bothered her or...
I think it was to have to take the time to learn all these dances is kind of what I gathered from the commentary.
Right. So they...
But it's cool listening to Tom Gamble, Max Pross talk about the episode because they really speak as writers, and they say, we needed to have Elaine be deaf and have this trophy so that when she got to the party, she could leave the trophy to Pop Woody Woodpecker. So that was the germ. That's what they needed. So they worked backward, and first they had the jitterbug thing, and then they ended up having the big band honeysuckle jump portion.
The Woody Woodpecker idea actually came from a balloon ruining the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade one year, and it was like crashing into people. And apparently the writers really wanted to get this footage of the balloon, but apparently Universal is very protective of the footage, so they wound up having to use the stock footage that didn't really, I guess, sell the idea.
I thought it looked good. You saw Woody Woodpecker crashing into people.
Right, yeah, me too. I thought it was great too. It was the writers on the commentary who just, when that scene comes up, they're like, this didn't really work with Mr. Pitt holding up the balloon, but...
I thought it looked great. Remember, like Seinfeld Jerry describes it as this little garage show. They don't have the budget and the means that other shows have. They work within their means, the means. And I think it comes out great as a result. You see the little cutaway of Woody Woodpecker, and then you see Mr. Pitt pushing through these balloons. I think it looks awesome.
I like how there's like a guy in a Woody Woodpecker suit behind him, trying to help too.
And he's in his fedora and raincoat.
Right. And just on the topic of the Elaine storyline with the big band music and Midnight Cowboy, I think Jonathan Wolfe did an incredible job this week. Just hats off. He's the music supervisor. He composed all of this original music for the episode. Really nice job. One big thing to talk about here, we're kind of burying it, but like last week, we had the first episode of Kenny Bania, played by Steve Heitner. This episode, we have another huge character premiering, Tim Whatley, played by Bryan Cranston.
Before we got Hal from Malcolm in the Middle, or Walter White, a.k.a. Heisenberg, we got Tim Whatley, played by the lovely Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Yes, Matt, his first of 5 appearances. He was in the Mom and Pop Store, the Label Maker, the Jimmy, the Yada Yada, and the Strike.
Yeah, this character really goes through some evolution, I think, because in this episode, he's really just an ordinary guy. There's nothing about him that's really special or unique or quirky.
You get some quirks later on, which make him a lot more fun.
Right, from, at the Super Bowl invite, and then
also becoming a devout Jewish person.
There's just a lot going on with Tim Whatley.
Hey, I got some other stuff on our friend Bryan Cranston.
Okay, go ahead.
He was in a Jake and the Fat Man.
Oh, very nice.
Of course. He was in 2 episodes of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. He provided voice work.
Yeah.
The original series.
I've heard of that. Mm-hmm.
He was in Saving Private Ryan. He did voice work on the Clerks cartoon.
Oh, really? No.
Look it up.
I have that DVD. A David Mendel produced show.
Oh my goodness, worlds colliding. Malcolm in the Middle, as we said. He was in Drive, Breaking Bad. He was the voice of Jim Gordon in Batman Year One. Yeah. And more recently, he was in Argo, Trumbo, and then he's currently in All the Way as LBJ. Tippy Tippy Day Day.
A lot of rhyming. Yeah, man, Bryan Cranston, just one of the best actors, I think, of like this generation, man. Just so good. Everyone loves him on Breaking Bad. Would you say that he is the most successful actor to come out of this show? Now, I have little asterisks on that because when I presented this on like Reddit months ago, people are like, well, Lloyd Bridges is really famous, John Lovitz. And I'm like, yeah, but they were well known before Seinfeld. People who were unknowns.
Whose career ended up taking off or escalating even higher than where they were when they started the show.
Now, I would argue that Courtney Cox is someone who's up there because she was not famous, really. And someone's like, well, she was in Dancing in the Dark and He-Man. It's like, well, come on. Like, yeah, she did stuff, but she's known as Monica.
Always.
Right.
Always and forever. And she's got that Friends money coming in.
Right. And Bryan Cranston is Walter White. Like,
right. It's apples and oranges, really. You could argue each one, but those two probably stick out as the most successful coming out of Seinfeld.
right. Whose career started after their first appearance.
Shoot, I might even say Larry David is more famous now.
Yeah.
Than it's because of Seinfeld and then subsequent Curb. But nobody, myself, we didn't know who he was during the show other than seeing that little co-created by.
Right. And I guess you could say the same for the main three, too. Like Michael
All
Richards.
right, this game has run its course.
Car names are so stupid, aren't they? No Baron has ever owned a LeBaron. Or the Ford LTD. LTD. Limited. It's a limited edition. What do they make, 50 million of those? Yes, it's limited to the number we can sell. Or when they try and mangle a positive word into a car name. You know how they'll do that? The Integra. Oh, integrity? No, Integra. The Supra. Or the Impreza. Yeah? Well, I hope it's not a Lemona. Or you'll be hearing from my lawyer.
Matt, what car would you say you associate with Jerry Seinfeld?
TV Jerry. TV Jerry Saab. Real life Jerry Porsche.
So how come all these years we've never heard one bit about a Porsche?
Yeah.
Why do they call it a Porsche? Because it's a portion of a full-size car.
Maybe that's too nice of a car for TV Jerry to ever associate himself with.
Yeah, is it not as relatable? Like, he's a comedian living in New York City. Again, his success in the TV show is nowhere near his success as real Jerry.
Mm-hmm. But I love the stand-up. I love the rhyming, the wordplay. In fact, it's not every time I see a car with one of those names like Integra, Impreza, but they're everywhere still to this day. Just the stupidest names for cars.
There's, I think it's something like Cross Trek or Cross something, but I always think of CrossFit. And I'm like, is that oh, it's not a CrossFit car.
I think that's a Subaru car, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, Liz and I are looking at Subaru cars and Hondas, and it kind of ties into this week's episode at the end, but she really likes that Crosstrek, so...
Oh, good.
Yeah, there you
Glad
go.
I could help.
Speaking of cars, we're at a used car lot. George is walking around with a salesman named Vic. He's planning to buy an 89 Volvo, that's the car for him, but Vic offers him a LeBaron convertible.
And not interested. Hey...
Yes.
This car salesman, does he look familiar to you?
Not really. What do you got?
Well, he will. Ken Thorley plays Vic, the car salesman. He was in Men in Black. He was in My Favorite Martian. And he was in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Caribbean Enthusiasm?
Shut your mouth. He played the judge in The Carpool Lane. He had no hair, but that was him.
Oh, right. With, what's the prostitute's name?
Monina.
Yes. Oh, she's fantastic. That's
I'm gonna
nice.
pull that-
That ties in with Midnight Cowboy, in a sense. I like that. I don't remember him from that episode, but...
He's bald.
That's why.
Clean shaven.
Looks like a seal. Loose seal. Even though the LeBaron has a few more miles, Vic tells George that the previous owner was Jon Voight, and you see just George's ears perk up. You know?
He actually does a little, like a boost, like he gets on his tippy toes, like you don't say.
Yeah, tippy toes.
Something's percolating, though. That LeBaron you see in the episode is Tom
Yes.
Gammel's actual LeBaron. They had it detailed and everything.
It's incredible, man. It's like, not only does it inspire the episode, but yeah, she's my car too. The Volvo that George is looking at is Max Pross's, the other writer.
That's right.
So there you go. Man.
It's fitting.
Yes. Next scene, we are at Jerry's apartment. Jerry gets off the phone with one Tim Watley. He wanted Elaine's address to invite her to his night before Thanksgiving party. You know, big deal. It's a great place on 77th. Overlooks where the balloons are inflated for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Just little notes here, man. It's so hard to keep the momentum going.
I got the same thing. Once Elaine finds out that she's been invited to Tim Watley's party, she turns her back to Jerry and kind of does this little strut to the kitchen, which is really cute. It's cool to see this kind of cocky Elaine.
I have always had a big crush on Tim Watley.
Why can't he ask me out?
And sort of gives him a get out, but no get. Oh, well, it's a
Out.
ask out. Yes. Push.
Always an out with her.
Jerry kind of jokes, though. Watley wouldn't make a good boyfriend, He's a dentist. He'd always be criticizing her brushing technique.
Away from the gums. Away.
Anyways, George enters, shaking his set of car keys.
New car! Hey! Did you get the Volvo?
No, I decided to go with an 89 LeBaron.
A LeBaron?
I thought consumer said Volvo was the car.
What consumer? I'm the consumer.
Huh? Seems like a strange choice.
Well, maybe so. But it was good enough for Mr. Jon Voight.
Jon Voight? The actor?
That's right. He just happened to be the previous owner of the vehicle.
You bought a car because it belonged to Jon Voight?
No.
I think yes. You like the idea of telling people you're driving Jon Voight's car.
All right, maybe I do. So what?
I've never even seen him in a car. I mean, look at his movies. No cars. Deliverance, Canoe, Midnight Cowboy, Boots, Runaway Train.
The unwavering confidence of George Costanza. What consumer? I'm the consumer.
Oh, poor George. Does he have a car history?
I don't. Well, he had the mental patient in the Pigman land on top of his car. Did we find out what kind of car it was?
I don't remember. I mean, you get that driving shot with the collapsed roof. You could probably put it together. It looks like a clunker, something from like the 70s maybe or early 80s.
We know what car his dad owns.
Oh, the 68 GTO? Mm-hmm. But there's the first car he had, the one that was destroyed in the handicap spot.
Oh, your father's car, the good spot in front of the good building. Mm-hmm. Good to meet you.
Oh, also the parking spot, backing in, it's hard.
But we don't know the make and model.
No, we don't. But this
we need somebody with a good car eye.
Right. This is the first time someone has like a car that...
With a label.
Yeah, with a label, a year, all that, the LeBaron.
So I want to point out the... Matt, you know the Matt moment that we all know and love here. I had one of these because having been someone that has never seen Deliverance or Midnight Cowboy or Runaway Twain...
You idiot!
When Elaine says Midnight Cowboy Boots, there's really no pause there. Mm-hmm. And she said that as a kid, I'm like, what are Midnight Cowboy Boots? Like I thought it was a thing. They said Midnight Cowboy on the boots.
Can I get a new host in here, please?
Okay. It's not funny when I do it, is it?
I hear you, man. Like, I mishear things all the time. Is that a term? Mishear?
I'm going to mishear something later on in this episode.
Just big missing going on. That's really funny. Midnight Cowboy Boots. So you thought that was the name of the movie?
Well, yeah. Or just, that was a thing. Is that the only way he can get around in Midnight Cowboy?
It's kind of like Larry David Schwimmer, You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Bad joke.
Oh, boy. Speaking of Deliverance, that movie has Ned Beatty in it, who doesn't have a connection to Seinfeld. He isn't back to school with our favorite, Rodney. But
anything else that I would know?
A ton of stuff. Well, it's not his face, but his voice. He's that pink bear in Toy Story 3.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. But
he was in Rudy.
Ned Beatty always reminds me of Sid Farkas, the bra salesman.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There's the connection.
Okay. Anyways, Kramer enters and starts talking about a mom and pop store at the end of the block that specializes in shoe repair. It's been in the neighborhood for 48 years.
And if they don't get some business, they're going to have to shut down and make way for one of those gourmet coffee or cookie stores.
I like coffee.
I like cookies.
And you know why? Because we're a bunch of yuppies.
Ooh, I got a problem with that line.
What do you got?
Isn't Kramer the guy who will get hooked on cafe lattes in a couple of years?
That's true.
He's no more yuppie than the rest of them.
Yep. This is nice, though. I mean, we weren't really, I think, aware of sort of that corporate takeover of New York. In the 90s, and I mean you see it nowadays. It's like a Starbucks, a Dwayne
Java
Reed,
World everywhere.
Yeah, Chase Bank on every corner. But it's sad, you know. He gets really passionate here, and he starts preaching about how corporations are taking over, destroying the fabric of the neighborhoods. And here we get one of the best, maybe the best Kramer nickname, Bocambo.
Yes.
That's what I have from the subtitles, at least.
Is it with a K or a G?
I've got Bucambo.
Okay, because there's a time when he refers to Newman as Manjamba, and then there's Bocambo.
This is Bocambo, but at least on the subtitles and in the script, it's spelled Bucambo. So
Oh, you heard it first.
there you go. This might be my favorite one, in addition to Fatso in the Hamptons.
Listen, Tubbs.
Yeah. That, Oh, no, that wasn't. I'm sorry. Fatso in the, it's the non-fat yogurt. What am I talking about?
I was wondering why you said
boy.
that.
Okay. Shut down and retool. So Kramer kind of pressures Jerry into, hey, you got to have some shoes that are in need of a cobbler. And Jerry says, I don't really have the kind of shoes that need to be cobbled. So he offers some sneakers in his bedroom to get clean and detailed. And we cut over to the mom and pop store. And Vinny, go back to the non-fat yogurt, which we just mentioned. I was shocked to find out that the exterior of the non-fat yogurt store is the same exterior as the mom and pop store. It's literally, it's the exact same shot, but the storefront is completely different.
I had no idea. Can I make a request?
Sure.
Can we have a side-by-side?
Sure. I'll post it on Facebook and Twitter. I did a few months ago, but it would be nice to kind of, refresh everyone's memory here.
Yeah.
It's bizarre because, sometimes if you have a marquee, like in the Marine Biologist with Testikov staying in that hotel, they added to the marquee the Dorian Hotel. They can very easily kind of like, wipe a sign out and put a new one out. That's not the situation here with the non-fat yogurt and the mom and pop store. Like, it's literally a completely different store for some reason. So I'm just curious how this happened. Like, was the mom and pop store the older shot that they had in the bank? And
Which one came first?
Yeah, it's very confusing. You guys will know what I'm talking about when you see the side by side. We'll include a link in our show notes if you're curious. Anyways, Kramer is dropping off a big box of comedian Jerry Seinfeld's shoes. Why so many sneakers?
He's got a Peter Pan complex.
Yes.
I have a buddy at the gym who has so many sneakers. He has a shoe guy, actually. So he always gets these new sneakers in. So I always refer to him as having this Peter Pan complex. What does that actually mean, Peter? Does it mean that he's kind of forever young?
Pretty much.
He's a child? Okay. Hey, I get it.
That's the name of the show.
I understand Seinfeld. Can we talk about Mom and Pop?
Let's talk about them.
All right. Mom and Pop are played by Elsa Raven and Mike Rebello, respectively. She was in Back to the Future. She's the clock tower lady.
Oh,
she was
really?
There you go.
Oh, right.
She was in Titanic. She was Ida Strauss. And she was in The Line of Fire. She was Booth's landlady.
In the Clint Eastwood joint?
Yeah. That's an awesome joint. And he was in General Hospital, The Discoverers, and Viva Vegas.
Nice. The Back to the Future one is really blowing my mind. They're great, I think. Not super memorable, but
they're a nice on-screen couple.
Pop has some really killer deliveries,
Yes, very explosive.
Does one stick
One
in your
line?
craw, or at least, do you remember one over the others?
Because of that idiot and his bloody nose.
Right.
And the 48 years, Ma.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, totally. Well, speaking of the bloody nose, Kramer gets one of his nosebleeds, and he lays down. And this is when he notices the ceiling. Turns out there are all these wires sticking every which way, and it looks kind of dangerous. And Kramer suggests, hey, you guys should call an electrician, which they've never done before.
They should. This whole place could blow any minute.
We cut over to Mr. Pitts. Elaine is really rocking out to some big band music on the radio while doing what exactly?
She's desalting pretzel rods, of course.
You've heard of this before?
No.
Yeah, me either. I mean, whenever I've gotten a soft pretzel, sometimes too much salt on there,
Oh, get out of here.
brush it off. But a hard pretzel, come on.
So this is something actually that really stuck out to me. It's wonderful how these writers were able to take this seemingly powerful man in Mr. Pitt and give him all these little quirks. We've already seen him eat a Snickers bar with a knife and fork.
Yeah.
His fascination with 3D art. You following?
Yeah.
Now he's eating pretzel rods, but they have to be desalted. And finally, we're going to see his admiration of Woody Woodpecker and the reasons why. But I got to thinking, and this is kind of the healthcare professional in me coming out. Elaine is desalting his pretzel rods. We learn in another episode that he's got high blood pressure. He's got blood pressure medication.
There you go.
You don't want to mix those, So this kind of tracks that he's watching his blood pressure. See, it's really weak and flimsy.
No, I like it. I like it a lot. The only connection I had is
heart medication is what he has in the Diplomats Club.
well, these pretzels are not making me thirsty.
Okay. The B side of that joke.
Yes. Z side. Is that a thing? Oh boy. Well, I'm surprised that Mr. Pitt would be okay with the kind of like the cleanliness factor, of Elaine using her, fingers picking all these pretzels or the bits of salt off and then eating it. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure she washed her hands.
What places are you listening to?
Artie Shaw, Honeysuckle Jump.
That was Artie Shaw, Honeysuckle Jump.
Elaine, how did you know that?
Oh, my father used to have a huge collection of big band records.
Congratulations to our listener, Wayne Hopper, for identifying it. And by doing so, he becomes our 7th person to man the WFBB-sponsored Woody Woodpecker balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. There are only 3 spots left. We're going to take a little break now. When we come back, you'll have 3 more chances to win a spot holding a rope under Woody Woodpecker.
Could you identify the next song? Could you?
But Mr. Pitt, why would you want to hold one of the ropes from the Woody Woodpecker balloon?
My father was a stern man who forbade us to participate in any activities that he thought were associated with the common man. The Thanksgiving Day Parade was first on the list.
All right. Okay, I'll do the best I can.
All right, here we go for the next spot under the balloon. If you know the name of this next song, call 555-BAND.
Well, Elaine, do you know it? What song is it?
Will you shut up? I can't hear.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I've got it. It's Next Stop Pottersville.
Goody! Yes. Next up, Potterville. Next up. You are a genius.
I love Mr. Pitt.
I might have said it before. This is my favorite Mr. Pitt moment ever. Like that dance. Goody, yes.
Could you say that's Jubilee? That's what that is, right?
I don't know what it is.
Such enthusiasm.
It's very disturbing.
Did it kind of stand out? She says, my father owned a big collection of big band records. And I'm thinking, wow, that's Alton Bennis. That's Lawrence Tierney is listening to big band records. Like I have trouble thinking of him finding joy in anything.
Yeah, that's a good point. We don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know much about Alton Bennis other than what we saw in the jacket.
And he fought in Korea.
Right. Something about the big band records kind of makes sense. Like, to me, that is probably the only uplifting thing that Alton Bennis ever does. I don't know. I buy it only because it goes back so far. Like it's Alton holding on to the past.
And it's probably him back in his prime when he was happy. Now he's old curmudgeon. So, okay, I'm turned.
It is nice to hear about Elaine's father. I mean, the jacket was in, 1990, 1991, 4 years ago?
Isn't it odd we never really got anything about Elaine's mom?
It's bizarre.
The whole series?
It's just as weird as Kramer's dad. I don't think he ever gets mentioned either. But yeah, it's any little bit we can get about Lane's family. I get very excited since it's the show is so centered around Jerry and George.
Yeah.
Great trivia questions in here. Like these come up almost every other week for me. Next Stop Pottersville, Honeysuckle Jump, just really good bits of trivia in here.
That's a cool Elaine character trait, that she's well versed in all these hits.
And now that we know that Tom Gamble and Max Pross had to kind of rewrite the Elaine storyline, it kind of sounds right because Elaine doesn't really have much to do this episode. I mean, it's interesting. Yeah. It's new for her, but it's kind of simple. She guesses the name of a song and she can't hear.
Yep. And then she takes the statue and turns down Tim Watley because her hearing is out.
Right. But I still would have loved to see that jitterbug sequence with Mr. Pitt.
Yeah.
He kind of gives us a little preview.
That's true.
Next scene, George and Jerry are on the sidewalk. They're heading towards the LeBaron to take a ride. And they get into a little discussion about whether Jon Voight actually owned the car. And George wonders, well, if Vic, the salesman, was lying, then why settle on Jon Voight? And Jerry argues, well, that's the genius of it. If you chose Liam Neeson, he's making it up.
Liam Neeson? How are you comparing Liam Neeson with Jon Voight? Jerry, we're talking about Joe Buck. You could play Joe Buck. Oscar Schindler's a cakewalk.
There you go.
Do you think that line was put in there specifically for Steven Spielberg as a little tribute to him?
Maybe, yeah. And of course, Schindler's List coming up in the raincoats. And I mean, having such a big pop culture influence.
And there's the famous story, well, at least among Seinfeld fans, of Steven Spielberg.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Steven Spielberg watching Seinfeld shows in order to kind of uplift himself after a long day of shooting on Schindler's List.
Mm-hmm.
So did they do that as kind of a, here you go, Steven, we're thinking about you.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I mean, it'd be kind of weird if like he listened to big band records after shooting Schindler's List. You know, It's like, what is Steven doing in there? I have the question, is there any logic to Jerry's theory? Hey, if he said Liam Neeson, you knew he was lying.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like, if you don't think about it, I think it makes sense. And then I thought about it, and it didn't make sense. Then I thought about it some more, and it does.
That is a fascinating story, Matthew.
And is it because at the time Liam Neeson was so famous, and Jon Voight? Again, I don't have his whole film IMDb list here, but Midnight Cowboy, Deliverance. I'm thinking of 60s and 70s movies, not really.
This is 94 right here. We're talking.
Right. He's not obscure. Mission Impossible would come out just a couple of years later.
They stamped it. They stamped it.
Can't do it.
Those damn Gideons.
Oh, there it is.
They stamped it, didn't they? Those damn Gideons.
So yeah, he's not as, I guess, popular maybe as he used to be. So it's obscure enough, right?
And Schindler's List won all the awards. Everybody knew Liam Neeson, so it makes sense.
So who today, if you were buying a car now, if you heard their name, you'd be like, come on.
The previous owner of this Corolla was Jennifer Lawrence. See, that's too A-list. You need to say somebody like, the previous owner of this Mercury Sable was Kathy Griffin. And you're like, oh, okay. More obscure kind of B, C list is like, oh, really?
Yeah.
They're real people.
Right. Well, as Jerry is about to get into the LeBaron, he notices he stepped in some gum, and George is like, hey, you're not getting my car with gummy shoes. So they head back upstairs so Jerry can change.
Liam Neeson. He's not American.
Oh, boy. I like the side of George, like the patriotic side.
Yeah.
American hero, Jon Voight.
You know what role I always remember him from? And this is from my 90s kid watching movies. Mm-hmm. Anaconda.
Oh, God.
And he had that what was he playing a Mexican character in it? Or Peruvian or something?
Yes, it was one of the worst bits of casting ever. Yeah, it's bad.
You had Owen Wilson, Jennifer Lopez,
Ice Cube.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's so bad it's good.
There's a great episode of How Did This Get Made talking about Anaconda, which is great.
Do you watch all the movies before you listen to it?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't used to, but now it makes it so much more enjoyable. Mm-hmm. Vinny, I have breaking news of sorts. It's going to be old news by the time this airs, but
breaking news in the middle of Seincast?
Yeah, Michael Jones, one of our longtime, most dedicated listeners, just emailed us saying that Jerry Seinfeld is doing an Ask Me Anything on Reddit.
Hey, what do you say about a guy like him?
So we actually we just took a minute here to write some questions. We highly doubt Jerry will respond to them.
Most likely no.
They're not good questions. Plus, we're looking at about 1,000 comments at this point.
Last year, I remember we fretted so much over, should we ask him this? And we were on the phone, I remember, and we're like, yeah, that's a good one. We'll ask that. And it got like...
we all got like downvoted pretty much.
What a letdown that was.
But yeah, by the time this episode comes out, you guys can check out the questions that Jerry responded to. We'll definitely talk about some of the highlights next week for sure. Mm-hmm. But for now, I don't know. I asked a question about the mom and pop store. Any thoughts, any memories? What about you, Vinny? What was your question about?
I asked it was a question I had at the beginning of the show. The Porsche is his favorite car. Mm-hmm. How come it never made it into his act or into the show?
There you go. Well, I can't wait for him not to answer our questions. Moving on to Jerry's apartment. Once Jerry and George arrive, we get that great rendition of Everybody's Talking.
Everybody's talking at me. I can't hear a word they're saying. Just driving around in Jon Voight's car.
Well, Jerry is upset, Kramer, because all of his sneakers are missing. And when Kramer comes over, he explains, hey, I took them all to Mom and Pop. Obviously there was a miscommunication. So with nothing to wear, Kramer goes back to Jerry's closet and brings out a pair of cowboy boots.
So what am I supposed to wear?
Jerry, I left you a pair right here.
Where?
Come on. You're not looking. Here. There, put on those.
I can't wear these.
Well, why not?
They're uncomfortable.
Come on, here, try them on.
Where did you get those?
I worked a club in Dallas one time and they couldn't afford to pay me, so they gave me these. Oh, I can't wear these. They look ridiculous.
You look like a cowboy, huh?
I don't want to be a cowboy.
Stop it. You know that friend of yours, Tim the dentist? I got an invitation to his Thanksgiving Eve party.
Yeah, I got one too.
Yeah? Oh, yeah? Huh.
What?
No, nothing.
Oh, what is it?
No, it's just that I didn't get one.
You didn't get one.
Ah, but he called me up and he asked for yours and Elaine's addresses. I'm sure that means I'm invited.
Not necessarily.
Hey, why would you call someone up and ask them for 2 addresses if you're not invited to the party?
That's the genius of it.
I'm calling Elaine. See if she can find out anything from Tim Watley.
Hey, I got Jon Voight's LeBaron.
Boss.
Here's something. The writers say that Jerry made it a point that he was supposed to be given the cowboy boots. He didn't want his character to have owned or bought these cowboy boots.
Which I think is so fascinating that real life Jerry is like, I'm embarrassed by this. Why would I have cowboy boots?
After all the things he's been through on the show and then will be put through on the show, this is one of those stipulations that the cowboy boots had to be given to him.
To be fair, do you own a pair of cowboy boots?
No.
Would you
sir?
ever buy a pair?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a cowboy.
Yeah, me neither. Well, apparently, there was a bit of a craze in the 90s, to wear cowboy boots. Even Danny Woodburn sold cowboy boots.
Oh, there you go.
When he moved to LA for the first year or so, and he's like, yeah, just everyone wanted to wear cowboy boots for some reason.
When you hear Jerry's, but I don't want to be a cowboy, there's a cutaway shot of Jason, and it looks like he's about to crack up.
Mm-hmm. Of course, a great callback to the puffy shirt. Of course, I don't want to be a pirate. Now he doesn't want to be a cowboy.
And then at the end of that clip, there's excellent Seinfeldian discussion on the protocol when inviting people to a party. Mm-hmm. Although it's probably moot with Facebook and email, but nevertheless.
Apparently, Max and Tom had a friend in college who would, throw these parties all the time, but he would always make a point of telling people who are invited who was not invited.
Why would you do that?
So weird, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. What do you think the situation is with Tim and Jerry? We'll find out a little bit at the party, but do you think Tim just doesn't like him? Is it an Elaine thing?
Perhaps. He might be a little jealous or peeved that Elaine and Jerry have a history.
Right.
Maybe, seemingly.
That's part of the mystery, I guess, here.
Did you notice we talked about in earlier episodes George reading and what he's read? Did you see he's reading a magazine called Earthwatch?
Oh,
here?
really? No.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, going back to those cowboy boots real quick, Vinny, I think there's some connective tissue with the maid, which is sort of that, I don't know, like the unofficial, last normal episode in the apartment. Mm-hmm. Remember real life Jerry's voice, his throat is really hoarse.
Yes.
He lost his voice, and they kind of wrote it into the script. He's like, I was screaming at hecklers all night. That's the last time I opened for a rodeo. And then if you go to a later scene, they're like, why did they hire you for rodeo? He said that I opened for Kenny Rogers once. And that's when Kenny Rogers threw him off a bus in the middle of Alabama. Do you remember this?
That is kind of foggy to me.
Yeah, foggy to me too. I had to look it up. But so there's some Kenny Rogers talk, some rodeo. I just wonder if that Kenny Rogers Alabama thing had something to do with Dallas. I don't know, just Jerry being in the South.
I think it works.
Yeah, maybe.
Also Kenny Rogers Roasters.
Yeah, there's something there too.
I can go for some chicken right about now.
There was a deleted scene at the end of this when, Kramer says, boss. Jerry calls Mr. Pitt. Did you watch this?
I missed this.
Oh, Jerry calls Mr. Pitt, does the same thing from before. Hey, Mr. Pitt, is Elaine there? Exact same
nice
thing. And checks to see, hey, did Watley invite her. She's like, yeah, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. And this is when Elaine's like, Jerry, I think Mr. Pitt is a bit of a mental case. And then you hear Mr. Pitt like doing the Woody Woodpecker laugh off camera.
Aww.
And then at the end, they hang up and they're all going to leave. And Kramer is walking out with Jerry's shoes, with the gum on it. And he accidentally runs into the wall and the shoe sticks to the wall. And he walks off and he comes back looking for the shoe. And he like freaks out when it's, stuck right on the intercom.
I really like that. Mm-hmm. Damn.
Yeah, it's a good scene. It's kind of weird though when it's raw because the laughs aren't as strong as they are when they they polish and edit the show. So it kind of feels like everything landed flat, but it's still kind of cool,
Of course, yeah. I just like the thought of Mr. Pitt laughing maniacally as Woody Woodpecker.
I think Mr. Pitt's a bit of a mental case.
Really?
Yeah, he made me enter this contest so he could hold up the Woody Woodpecker balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Did you hear that? He's doing the laugh now.
All right, forget Woody Woodpecker. Just call Tim Watley.
Anything more with Ian Abercrombie, I welcome.
Mm-hmm. Well, next scene, we're at the mom and pop store. Once again, not many laughs in this scene, but an electrician explains to mom and pop that their wire setup is in violation of the building code, and they have to pay $4,000 to fix it, which, there's no way they can afford. Otherwise, they're going to get closed down.
Then I have to report you. Otherwise, I lose my license. Sorry.
Thank you for doing that, because I always remember this guy's voice for some reason. Is it memorable? Is it a pleasing voice?
It's rare that I will say something negative about an actor or character on the show, but I feel like this is so over the top, and it's like overacting for me. I'm honestly surprised that they went this way with the casting choice.
Yeah,
like he's already like escalated to a 10 when mom and pop are just asking him, we can't do this, da-da-da-da. Like, there needed to be more dialogue before he got to that. Then I have to report you.
Sorry. Do you know anything about this actor?
His name's Pat Asante. He plays the electrician. I have his notable appearances being Behind the Candelabra, Disclosure, Soaked in Bleach, which was a documentary or a film about Kurt Cobain, and then Windshell.
Okay.
But it just seems, maybe, I like to think maybe his character's having a really bad day and this is his last stop and that's why he's so frustrated. That's how I justify the scene. But man, seeing that, it always makes me cringe.
Oh, really? That's funny.
What do I know about acting?
Well, no, it's kind of like how I feel about those older episodes, Again, the busboy, like, on the night that you were in my restaurant, there was an explosion,
See, that I don't mind. I actually like that.
God.
Hey, why don't you watch where you're going, pal?
Who do you think you're talking to? Yeah. We keep bringing that up. Or at least I do. Anyways, the electrician leaves and mom and pop are just left standing there, lamenting. 48 years, Ma. And now they have to close because of that idiot and his bloody nose. Right on cue, Kramer enters, very chipper.
Afternoon, Mom. Afternoon, Pop.
Hey, you got a crack in that sidewalk. You better get that fixed.
He's really just looking out for their best interests, even though it's going to drive them out of business.
It's classic.
He means well.
It's classic Kramer, too, right? Like, he means well. He wants to help people, but he's just going to f*** it up,
Yeah, that's Kramer for you.
Anyways, we're in George's LeBaron. I don't know if it's the actors or extras, but they're driving around to L.A. I mean, Manhattan. And... And Jerry's really annoyed with George doing this, even, I don't know, weirder version of Everybody's Talking. How does it go?
Out of a one of those horns with the rubber thing at the end.
Right. Top is down, even though it's November, just like Kramer, driving back from the party in Long Island.
That's true.
Let's check out the glove box. Pencil.
Hey, you don't think... Sure, that's Jon Voight's pencil.
Jon Voight's teeth marks. Owner's manual. You know what? This car was owned by Jon Voight.
You see? I told you.
Except John is spelled with an H. J-O-H-N.
So?
Doesn't Jon Voight spell his name J-O-N?
So what do you say?
Nothing. I'm sure John probably misspelled his own name. I know sometimes I spell Jerry with a G. And an I.
Get out of the car! That's right, you heard me. Get out. You're ruining this whole experience for me.
Oh, look. There's Gregory Peck's bicycle.
Get out!
And Barbara Mandrell's skateboard.
Get out!
I think one of our favorite quotes in there. I spelled Jerry with a G. And an I.
And then Barbara Mandrell's skateboard, Gregory Peck's bicycle.
Great stuff. Mm-hmm. It's moments like this that remind me why I love Seinfeld so much. You know, Jerry just crushing George and laughing maniacally.
Oh, yeah. One of the most memorable moments for me as well. And he's so pleased with himself.
Yes.
And like he's cherishing this moment. Mm-hmm. And I really like seeing him list the potential things celebrities may own. I'd like to see more of that, actually.
Mm-hmm. Well, can't believe it, but George actually kicks Jerry out and drives off, leaving him in this kind of sketchy part of town. And these two street punks call him a cowboy, ask where his horse is, his pony. And as Jerry tries to run off, he's like slipping and sliding because of the boots. He's
bebopping and scatting all over the place. Mo Galini plays tough guy. He was in Too Fast, Too Furious, Mulholland Drive, and End of Days. Here's another nugget from the writers themselves. They said that it bothered real-life Jerry that his character wouldn't be able to walk in these cowboy boots. So Jerry actually went up to the writers before they filmed the scene and he said, let me get this straight. I'm a grown man, I'm wearing cowboy boots, and I'm running away from these bullies. So Jerry, I feel like Jerry was not reluctant, but he's a little bit... maybe he was reticent to want to have his character be in this situation.
I mean, I'm sure as an actor, when you understand the character so well, you might challenge the writers. Is this really what I do? But it's a pretty thin line between TV Jerry and real Jerry, in terms of the public perception. So I wonder if he's like, really?
So the writers were like, well, they didn't beat you up. You got away, but you tripped and fell. That's how you chipped your tooth. So that's kind of a consolation.
Mm-hmm. It is sort of... I don't know, reminiscent, or it will be when we get to Cedric and Bob, the classic street toughs.
So these are the original street toughs.
Well, there's even one. Well, was the guy who talks to Nana a street tough?
Outside a chemical bank. I like to think this one little gang. Maybe it's part of the Van Buren gang. These are the origin of the Van Buren boys.
Yeah, possibly. This gets a little darker, but what about the guy in the subway that confronts Kramer? Give me your money.
Oh yeah, him.
Freeze.
He's the mob boss, and also the street tough who attempts to steal the smelly car.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. Anyways, Jerry runs off. We got an act break. We're back in his apartment, and we find out that Jerry actually has a chipped tooth, and he's icing it. But George apologizes for throwing him out of his car.
You really seem to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Isn't that cool how they can speak so openly about the little fight they just had? I like that.
I do too, but if we were together and we got in a fight and you kicked me out of the car or vice versa, I don't think I'd be able to
game over, man.
Just get back together and be like, oh, you seem to enjoy it. I feel like we'd need to talk about something.
Well, in New York, it makes sense. I feel like if this was in a different location, different state, where you got to drive everywhere. Look, he can take a cab. He can take the subway.
Jerry and George live a few blocks from each other, I think.
Exactly.
Same neighborhood. No good point. Well, George is still thinking about the John spelling, and maybe Jon Voight changed it to Jon for show business.
Jon's a lot zippier.
Yeah, that's possible. Kind of similar to Jason Alexander, who's actually Jason Greenspan.
Alexander's much zippier than Greenspan.
Yes. But George realizes, hey, I've got the entire Yankee organization at my disposal to help me figure it out.
Oh, he'll dispose of it.
Yes. And
we got another one.
The
hostile compliment.
There you go.
You should be keeping tallies of these things. You should be writing this stuff down.
George heads out, leaving Elaine with Jerry.
So, Jerome, I did a little snooping around for you.
Oh, what'd you find out, Lois?
Well, I talked to Tim Watley.
Yeah?
And I asked him, should Jerry bring anything?
Subtle.
And he said, why would Jerry bring anything?
All right, but let me ask you this question.
What?
Which word did he emphasize? Did he say, why would Jerry bring anything? Or, why would Jerry bring anything? Did he emphasize Jerry or bring?
I think he emphasized would.
You know what? The hell with this party. I don't even want to go to begin with. Hey, so where's my sneakers?
That's what I want to know.
What do you mean?
Well, I saw Mom and Pop this morning, but when I went by the store on my way home, the place was empty. Everything is gone. Mom and Pop vanished.
So all my sneakers are gone?
I'm afraid so, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. I've been asking around. They didn't even have any kids.
Mom and Pop aren't even a mom and pop?
It was all an act, Jerry. They conned us, and they scored big time.
So, Mom and Pop's plan was to move into the neighborhood, establish trust for 48 years, and then run off with Jerry's sneakers.
Apparently.
All right, that's enough of this.
Several things I love about this clip. I love the fact that Elaine calls Jerry Jerome. I love the, what'd you find out, Lois?
Yes.
So anytime Jerry can work a Lois or Superman reference into there, that's great. Now, remember that Matt moment I was talking about earlier? It's not really, well, it's a Matt moment, Vinnie moment.
Fuck you.
When Elaine says, should Jerry bring anything? And I thought Jerry said so, but the subtitles say subtle.
Oh.
So I believe the line is subtle.
Oh, not
And then
so.
when,
Okay.
when I listen to it more closely, it sounds like subtle. So it's a small moment, but a moment nevertheless.
Nevertheless, I agree though, man. I love that Lois line, and just the playfulness between Jerry and Elaine is really great, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of nice to see this paranoid side of Kramer come back. You know, like early Kramer seemed to be a little paranoid, you know, kind of like anti-establishment, government, what have you. But now he's kind of the flip side about it, and he's like anti-corporation, you know, whatnot.
That's true, yeah.
Well, I guess he'll go back and forth. He does create Kramerica Industries, so
And he goes up against the post office.
yes. But Elaine heads out for the Dixieland Deli to pick up Mr. Pitt's security pass for the parade. And, you know, Vinny, I just can't figure out why he wants to hold a rope underneath the Woody Woodpecker balloon in the parade.
He finds his laugh intoxicating. Ha 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 ha.
Nice ADR there.
Thank you.
Anyways, next scene, we're at the Yankees. George is at an office meeting, very similar to the one we saw in the pledge drive with Mr. Morgan at the head of the table. Did you notice that pencil behind George's ear?
Yes, I certainly did.
Yes.
He's always keeping it at his side.
George pitches some special promo events for the stadium.
Like Joe Peptone Day. Or Jon Voight Day.
Jon Voight, the actor? I make a motion that we have no more of these meetings that have been initiated by George Costanza.
Mr. Morgan seems to kind of say that with like George Costanza.
Yes. Just he really hates George. You can tell.
Wonder why. We see the return of Tom Wright as Mr. Morgan at the head of the table. And then if you look to George's right, our left, you'll see JLD stand-in, Peggy Lane.
There you go. I love Tom Wright as Mr. Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's got a few more episodes left. And as you mentioned, you know, he shaves his head. He's a baldy.
With a goatee.
Yes. But I like this look the most for some reason. Like the sides are kind of buzzed, you know. He looks a little more.
What I like most is this is where he actually does look more like Sugar Ray.
Oh, right. Okay.
You know?
Sure. His hair was a little like fuller and thicker in the pledge drive. Yeah. Next scene, we're at Dixieland Deli at the bottom of the Empire State Building. Elaine is sitting with all of these older guys. You know, one of them looks like, I thought kind of like a poor man's Peter Boyle.
I can see that.
Okay. He's even got Morty's jacket on. You know, that gray, white.
Oh, yeah, like the members only old man jacket.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
And there's some good trivia here. You know, one of the guys guessed Stan Herman's Boomtown Blues. And when Elaine says she got Next Stop Pottersville.
Oh, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, who wouldn't get that one right?
Move along, sweetie.
And then the band behind her kicks in, and all of a sudden, you know, she's just like going deaf, all the sound blasting her eardrums.
And there's, do you see the trumpet player in the front? He is into it. He is feeling it. My eyes dart to him every time I see this scene.
Oh, dude, if I had a little moment like this on Seinfeld, I would be hamming it up.
That's true.
As much as possible. Well, next scene, we're on the street. Kramer's walking down the sidewalk when he gets one of his nosebleeds. I don't know where these are coming from.
Yeah, is it dry in his apartment or what? What's going on?
You know, in that deleted scene I mentioned earlier with the shoe sticking to the wall with the gum, I think Jerry does have a throwaway line like, kidney stones, nosebleeds, like you really got to get to a doctor. Like, what's wrong with you? They tried to connect the health issues. But at this age, though, do you think nosebleeds are normal? Like,
I think people are prone to them, will experience them, but you can get them at any time.
Okay. I always remember kids getting them, like in my school growing up. I've never had one.
Well, hey, what's his name? John Malika got nosebleeds.
Excellent.
Is it because I have a tissue in my nose?
Getting warmer. Well, in this scene, you know, Kramer's got another nosebleed, and the blood is just dripping, you know, down his face, and he stops for a second. Would you believe it? Who comes out of the restaurant to hail a cab but Jon Voight?
Hey, Jon Voight!
I love how John takes the time to just like give him kind of like a wave, like, yep, and gets in quickly. Kramer walks up to the window, though, before the cab pulls away to ask him something. Jon Voight grabs his arm, pulls it into the cab, and bites it pretty hard. And the cab drives off, and Kramer's just left standing there. Like, what the hell just happened?
He looks back, he looks forward. He's like doing double takes. He's like, what just happened? And for me, this is like a moment of reality or something, because every time I see this, I'm like, that's really Jon Voight, the person. I'm not thinking of him as this. He's playing this Jon Voight character within the show Seinfeld. I'm thinking he actually bit Michael Richards' arm. You know, yes. It's a weird, surreal moment for me.
And I wonder if the real Jon Voight had an issue with it. You know what I mean? If he was like, I don't want to be known as this guy that bites people, but
I feel like he was such a good sport to come in. He had one line, taxi, and then he goes to town on Kramer's arm.
Mm-hmm. So good, and it's just the right level of like weirdness on Seinfeld. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not too far, but when you compare it to the rest of the episode, it is just insane.
Totally believable.
Anyways, next scene, we're at Jerry's apartment, and Jerry's still icing that jaw. You know, he thinks he chipped a tooth when he fell. He's been calling dentists all day, but no one's working the day before Thanksgiving. Now, Jerry doesn't know if he's invited to Watley's party, but George points out, hey, there are going to be a lot of dentists there, so Jerry's going to take a chance, and he'll go with George.
Maybe I'll just meet you there. For all I know, this guy went out of his way to not invite you. How am I going to feel if I show up with an uninvited, unwelcome intruder?
Oh, the way I feel going places with you?
Hey.
So did you find my sneakers yet?
No, but I did run into somebody you might be interested in. A Mr. Jon Voight, the actor.
Jon Voight? Are you kidding me? Did you talk to him?
Well, he was a little standoffish.
What, you didn't ask him about the car?
No, I couldn't. His cab pulled away. But he did, however, make an impression on me. Look.
What?
His tooth marks, he bit me.
Jon Voight bit you?
Well, what is he, a vampire?
No, it's justifiable. He thought I was going for his wallet.
Well, he left perfect imprints.
That he did. Now, you've got that pencil with the bite marks on it? We get a trained eye to match him up, and we'll see whether or not you're driving Jon Voight's car.
Oh, please.
Wait a minute. Wait, it's not that stupid.
No, it's stupid.
Why? Why isn't it possible? I mean, they're both bite marks.
So you're going to show up at that party with a chewed-up pencil and Kramer's gnarled arm.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah.
So, Kramer, you want to go to the party together?
Jerry, look, come on. I'm an invited guest. I can't be aiding and abetting some party crasher.
I know it's subtle, but anytime Kramer gives someone a comforting tap on the back, just as he does at the end of this clip when George says, I'll give it a shot, and you hear Kramer smack him on the back.
Yeah.
I love that. Doesn't that really show that there's some heart on this show? There's some substance there.
There is. They care about each other in a sense, but at the same time, they'll totally on Jerry and be like, no, you can't come to the party.
Yeah, that's that, what is that, bro humor? What do you call that?
I guess, but it's that perfect balance, and I think that's a real, I don't know, that's a real art to be able to balance the two.
True.
No, the biggest thing I take away from this scene, and it's something you'll see in the later episodes, but the character Jerry sometimes, I don't know, has one of these moments where he almost like comments on the storyline. Like, this is a stupid idea. Like,
oh, it's stupid.
Right. That's a terrible idea. Tom Gamble and Max Pross said in the commentary that anytime they put that in an episode, it's because real life Jerry didn't like it. So in this case, he thought this whole bite mark pencil thing on the arm just was too zany, wasn't funny. And
okay,
there you go.
So there's two examples in this episode. The fact that he didn't like this chewed up pencil idea, so Jerry's character said it. And then what we mentioned earlier about Jerry being adamant that the cowboy boots had to be given to him, not that his character owned them.
Right, exactly. So he had these little notes, but in this case, I think we'll hear more of this in like 8 and 9 when the show gets so wacky.
Yeah.
And it gets very sitcom-y. Like Jerry, the character, has to say something. But yeah, I like those little moments. We're at Tim's apartment. Here we go. Tim Whatley. The guests are mingling, and as you know, Jerry peeks his head around the corner. You know, he's not invited. You know, it's just subtle. And he walks around and asks under his breath, you know, are people dentists?
You a dentist? You a dentist?
Then over by the window, Kramer and George are leaning out, watching the balloons get inflated. And I mentioned it earlier, man. This is probably my favorite bit of dialogue from the entire episode. So good.
These are all the balloons? Big deal. All I see is Woody Woodpecker.
You got a problem with Woody Woodpecker?
Yeah. What is he? Some sort of instigator?
That's right. He's a troublemaker. Love that.
You've always loved that line since college.
I just like how like happy Kramer is in those moments. And like, what is it? Like, why is he so like cheerful when he's an instigator?
Yeah, that's right. You probably love that because that run right there is specifically Larry David's input.
Yeah, his contribution to the episode, at least one of them. And I was thinking about that. Like, what about that back and forth is Larry David? I can't explain it, but I get it. It stands apart from the rest of the episode, but it sounds right. You know, it sounds right that came from Larry David's mind.
Mm-hmm.
Elaine arrives and she's carrying the trophy from the Empire State Building. I guess it's this like wooden base with the building, you know, on top. It's pretty big, but the whole point of this is she can't hear anything. Specifically, Jerry's questions. You know, her head is still ringing from all the music. She's pretty much shouting.
Hey, Elaine, did you get my message?
What? I can't hear a word you're saying. I was stuck at the Dixieland Deli all day. My head is still ringing. Where's Tim?
What is that, the Empire State Building?
What? I can't hear you.
Elaine, would you marry me?
I told you, I can't hear a word.
All right, forget it.
And we have a monumental occasion here on Seinfeld and Seincast. The first proposal from Jerry to Elaine. Elaine, will you marry me?
Yeah, I know there's another one in the Serenity now, but is there a third one? I swear Jerry proposes 3 times.
Well, there's this one. All right, forget it. And then there's, we're hurling through space on this big blue marble. I seem to recall in the finale when the plane's going down, but that's to say I love you, not to say will you marry me?
Well, so Kurt, the guy from the future with the shaved head, he proposes.
Oh, okay.
But
we're thinking of proposals. And then
I am now, but I swear that Jerry proposed 3 times to Elaine. Sometimes joking, sometimes not. But I'm sure one of our listeners can, either confirm or deny that there was a third time. So.
I'm saying.
You're saying too? Yeah. George and Kramer talk with Tim Whatley here briefly, asking if they could get his advice on something. But before they can chat, Tim uses the Jon Voight pencil, to take down a friend's number, and he spots Jerry sitting on the couch. Here we go. First bit of audio with Tim Whatley.
Hey, is that Jerry Seinfeld?
Hey, he didn't come with us.
Tim, the pencil. Jerry!
Hey, Tim.
Jerry. I didn't think you'd show.
Did you say, Jerry, I didn't think you'd show? Or Jerry, I didn't think you'd show?
Elaine! Hi! Whoa.
Tim?
Well, really glad you came.
What?
Really glad you came.
Uh-huh.
Listen, Elaine, I've been wanting to ask you, would you like to go out with me New Year's Eve? Thanks.
What?
Let me ask you something. Could you tell if teeth marks on somebody's arm matched teeth marks on a pencil?
It's possible.
Roll up your sleeve.
Somebody bit you?
Well, not just someone, Jon Voight.
Jon Voight bit you?
Yeah. The pencil. Hey! Get the pencil out of your mouth! You're destroying Jon Voight's teeth marks! Jon Voight's pencil. That's right. I got his whole car downstairs. Are you the one who bought his LeBaron convertible? Yes! Yes, I'm the one. Hey! So you know Jon Voight? Yes. I went to dental school with him. Jon Voight, the actor? No, the periodontist.
I just love the ending of that scene when you finally get confirmation that it's not Jon Voight's car.
And the second you hear periodontist, the pencil snaps in half. George has no attachment to it anymore whatsoever.
He throws it. Also, Kramer kind of looks a little like, I don't know, embarrassed. Like he's just sort of scratching his head.
I got my arm bit for nothing.
Yeah. So good. And poor Tim here, he's asking out Elaine. He's always had a thing for her. She's had a thing for him. They don't know it yet, and everything gets screwed up.
That was a great scene. We missed that because of her hearing impairment. As he's asking her out, he has this bowl of nuts in his hand, and he kind of motions with them to her. Would you go out with me? As if, from her point of view, he's offering her some nuts. So Elaine, being the courteous gal that she is, she just, And
you said you didn't want any nuts.
Tim gets very upset.
I love nuts.
But that's a shame, though, because they could have been a really good couple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
had they gotten started on the right foot. They will rekindle their romance in a later episode, but it still won't stick.
No,
because that's when we get sleazeball Watley.
Mm-hmm. Something we haven't really been talking about that much throughout the episode is Jerry's whole hang up with okay, but did he say why would Jerry bring anything, or why would Jerry bring anything?
I think he emphasized would.
Yes, the wordplay in this scene.
Let's focus on that first. That's actually really important and telling. Why would Jerry bring anything? Meaning that's if he says it that way, that means I didn't invite Jerry.
Yes.
Jerry's not supposed to come because why would Jerry bring anything? Or why would Jerry bring anything?
Bring anything? Yeah,
he's not supposed to bring anything. He's just gonna show up.
Right.
And then would, I don't know what's going on with would.
Is it the noun, the person, or is it the verb? And here it's Jerry.
I didn't think you'd show, or Jerry, I didn't think you'd show.
Right. So the first time is like, hey, I didn't think you'd show because you're busy.
Right.
Second
I didn't
one
think
is
you'd show.
Yes. Specifically the person I did not invite.
There's a shot though where it's Kramer, George, and Watley, and he goes, "Hey, is that Jerry Seinfeld?" And you see Jerry, but his back is you see his back to the camera, and he looks like this, man. He's like, and it's so
Vinny just turned around basically.
I showed Matt my back on camera, but it's so Jerry looks so vulnerable in that moment. He's got his coat draped over his arm, and he's kind of trying to camouflage himself in this party.
It's like he's a target, like he's been spotted. And and he doesn't know what's coming.
Oh man, it's good.
I'm so glad you made that observation because I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I think every time we see Watley, he's got like a new look. Like here, he's got the coif of hair, the beard. Then he's gonna be beardless when he goes to the Super Bowl right downtown with Elaine.
Oh, that mullet is.
Then it's coming. And then then he shaves his head. He's got the buzz when he's running Studio 54 with a menorah.
Right. It's so nice to know though that we're gonna get better Tim Watley episodes to come. Like there's another character out there, I can't think of it, like a Tim Watley, where it's not necessarily their strongest episode right out the gate.
Yeah.
Oh, like Frank Costanza. Perfect example. Like you meet him and you're like, yeah, he's okay, but just wait. There's going to be some incredible moments for that character.
We only get one scene here with Tim Watley, but we get a whole episode centered around him later on. So bring it.
Well, Vinny, did you pick up on some amazing trivia here that...
Are you referring to our possible triple dipper?
Triple?
Well, double, triple, whatever. anytime somebody has a speaking line in Seinfeld, I try and go on IMDb and link them to other Seinfeld-related projects, or just see what they've played in Seinfeld. That's how we kind of stumbled upon these double dippers. But Nancy Balberer? Nancy Balberer.
You actually handled that really well.
Thank you.
I butcher these names.
She plays Woman at Party in this episode, the Mom and Pop Store, but she's also credited as Woman in The Butter Shave and then Alice in The Voice. So she's got 3 roles. I don't know is she Woman here and Woman in The Butter Shave?
Well,
I don't know.
I believe she is credited in this episode, if not in the end credits in the script, as Terry, the party guest.
That's 2 names.
Yes. And now you mentioned the Butter Shave and the Voice. Those are the first 2 episodes of season 9, which makes her an employee, a coworker at Play Now, where George fakes, disability, and then he gets busted, and in The Voice. So if you want to pick out her scene, in The Voice at least, when George is walking through the hallways after he's been busted, he's saying hello to his coworkers, like, hey,
go to hell.
Then there's the second woman, and she says, don't even talk to me, or don't even look at me.
Oh, yeah.
That is this actress, Nancy Balberer. Now, Vinny, you know me and my double dippers. Based on that evidence, I believe she is a double dipper.
I'm with you, Poppy.
You double dipped the chip. Double dipped? What are you talking about?
We salute you.
Welcome to the club. Showing. Speaking of showing, she is quite fetching. Do you agree, or?
I can't even recall what she looks like.
Oh, she's got the red hair, the lipstick.
Ooh, I love red hair. I love lipstick.
Anyways, Jerry finally finds a dentist at the party who agrees to look at his mouth. He sits down, he leans back and knocks Elaine's Empire State Building trophy, I guess. I don't know why that's the trophy, out the window. And it punctures one of the balloons. And you hear this loud screeching as the balloon deflates and air starts, blowing into the apartment.
Oh, you popped Woody Woodpecker.
Man, who invited Jerry? He's a troublemaker.
Ha 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 ha.
It's so mellow.
Well, Jerry feels bad.
Yeah. No, it sounds so mellow. Like Woody just, I don't know, smoked a joint and he's like,
yeah.
I like that special effect. It's just air, but it's kind of cool, blowing in the apartment.
And it's got that, the rubber, to start is cool, too.
Real quick, Tim's apartment, we'll never see it again, or the set. It's a unique set. Typically we see just the, door on the left, door on the right, couch in the middle, but this one, for story purposes, has to have that wall of windows. It is really cool. I wish they could have used, more sets like this.
Yeah, they could have done a scene in, I guess, is that the label? Yeah, the label maker, right? When Newman's like, Tim couldn't come. He's in love. They could have had a scene with Tim and Elaine watching the Super Bowl in his apartment.
There you go. Well, next scene, we're in Jerry's apartment. Jerry and Kramer are on the couch watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Vinny, did you notice that Kramer has that banana shirt from The Chaperone that we liked so much?
I did not.
It's like white, and it's got it's just like a thing of bananas kind of falling down the front of it.
Is it only one string of bananas?
No, it's like bushels.
Okay.
Is that what bananas are?
I think so.
Yeah, like bushels of bananas. Kind of cool. Anyways, the Woody Woodpecker balloon is running out of air and collapsing. The kids at the parade look pretty disappointed, especially that big kid up front. This is where we mentioned earlier, you see Mr. Pitt, right, trying to hold it up, really struggling.
Aw.
I find this interesting that, Kramer met Mr. Pitt before, and he didn't recognize him.
That's a good point.
But I think we've mentioned this before. I don't think Jerry ever meets Mr. Pitt officially. He talks to him on the phone, and he gives him the antihistamine.
Right. They never learn. He doesn't learn who Jerry is until he's in his bed and he sees Jerry on the news, freaking out.
Right. Anyways, the phone rings, and this guy on the other end explains that he was just at a garage sale, and this old couple sold him some used sneakers they claimed belonged to Jerry Seinfeld, the comedian. And some nitpicking here. How did this guy get Jerry's number? Did he just look it up?
Well, I would assume because Jerry's a, local, middle of the road comedian in the show. He's probably got a listed number.
Okay, that I don't fault him on that, but why call him? Like why actually go out of your way?
Well, this is the wonderful parallel of the show. In the same way that George was so enamored with the idea of having a Jon Voight car, this guy is like, oh, these shoes are owned by Jerry Seinfeld. So he wants to own a bit of TV and Hollywood history by owning a pair of Jerry Seinfeld sneakers. That's the genius of it.
Just had a Matt moment. I never drew the connection between the guy in the shoes and George and the LeBaron. Good call. I just didn't pick up on that. Well, third question, and I consulted my wife on this. I'm like, Liz, would you ever buy used shoes at a garage sale? And she's like, well, depends, like what kind of shoes they are and what condition they're in. Are you the same way? For some reason, shoes, that's like one article of clothing that I would never buy used. For
shoes and underwear, right?
Shoes, underwear, socks.
Maybe even hats. No, maybe not.
Depends on
shoes and underwear.
Yeah.
I mean, I've donated shoes. I don't think I've ever bought a pair of used shoes, so I can't say that I have.
This is definitely a first world problem, you know. But there's just some weird thing. But then again, if they were Rod Serling's shoes, maybe I would. But
well, I got you those vertical leap training shoes that were used.
Yes, you did.
You still have those?
I do.
Oh,
I do. I've had them. I've held on to them for 10 years now.
I gave them to you as a graduation present.
Yeah, they are
in front of your whole family.
My family's like, what is going on here? Yeah, we're out to dinner, and Vinny's like, hey, put these on. The most uncomfortable shoes ever. Like,
that's 'cause you got weak calves.
Oh, get out of here.
So the gentleman on the phone is played by Dan Frischman. He was in Head of the Class, as well as Keenan and Kel.
Yeah, I never watched Head of the Class. I remember the name. But, being a child of the late 80s, early 90s, Keenan and Kel is where I remember him from the best, probably.
See, I didn't know that one as well.
Mm-hmm. Jerry gets the address from this guy on the phone, to find out where the garage sale is. And he tells Kramer, hey, he found Mom and Pop.
Where are they?
Parsippany, New Jersey.
Let's go.
We might have done a few takes of that. Took a while to get out.
That made it so much more fun.
All right, 2 Seinfeld-related things real quick. I was just in Parsippany last weekend. 2, test driving a car.
Oh.
So that Seinfeld stuff right there.
Look at you.
But I got to say, man, a few years ago when I first drove by Parsippany, New Jersey, I was so excited. I'm like, oh, there it is.
That's where the Jon Voight car is.
Jon Voight car? What are you talking about?
It's the episode. Shut up.
Well, since Jerry's car is in the shop, he and Kramer have to take a bus to Parsippany. And real quick, I want to mention a longtime listener, Martin Bowe, gave us some great artwork this week. He did a drawing of the Mom and Pop garage sale. Mm-hmm. We'll include a link in our show notes.
Jerry's shoes are all nicely laid out for sale.
Mm-hmm. Let's move over to the bus, though. Jerry and Kramer are sitting in the back. Kramer's head, he's resting it against the window as his nose starts bleeding.
Jerry, these nosebleeds are starting again.
Oh, maybe we should get you to a hospital.
I ain't going to no Bellevue. Look at me. I'm falling apart here.
Oh, poor Kramer.
Lovely little homage to Midnight Cowboy there. And should we move on to some closing stand-up?
Please.
The marching band is a perfect example of taking something bad and making it difficult, too. I mean, why does the band have to march? We're not moving. Maybe if they hold still, we can all leave. Is that why they do it? People try and get away? No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm right with you. Right with you, buddy. The human urge to wave at total strangers just moving by is very strong, isn't it? Parades and ocean liners and those little trains that go through amusement parks. It's always that bittersweet kind of hello, goodbye combination wave, isn't it? Just, I've never seen these people before in my life, and they're leaving.
This stand-up, I always remark of Mitch Hedberg and Jerry Seinfeld correlations, but Mitch Hedberg has a wonderful joke about parades. Mm-hmm. And he's like, if you're not enjoying parades, walk in the opposite direction, you will fast forward the parade.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But yeah, you're waving at someone that you've never met, and you're never going to see them again. Why?
The cynical, just pessimistic side of me doesn't get it. I'm like,
you're not a waver.
It's
Absolutely.
stupid. No, but when those moments happen and you start waving, I don't know. It really feels good.
It reminds me of Kramer's version of Any Town USA. Mm-hmm. You have the parades going through the neighborhood, and you're wearing your cardigan sweater.
Yes. But it's just one of these things you do when you see people like marching or on a boat, on a train. You just got to wave.
Okay, let's wave.
So, what do you think?
So, Matt, do you like this episode?
Did you say, Matt, do you like this episode? Or Matt, do you like this episode?
The first one.
Okay. Well, Vinny, I do really like this episode. In fact, I think this might be one of my most watched episode of Seinfeld.
Really?
Yeah, I've watched this one a lot for some reason. I don't know if it's just, how syndication works, or maybe it was one of those first bootleg episodes I got back in college, and I just watched it on repeat. But I feel like I've seen this one just a lot. I love it. I think it's fantastic. It's got enough zaniness in it, and enough like little, social quirk etiquette, like, inviting someone to a party. Okay, how did he phrase it? Just there's a lot going on in this episode. I just love the glee on Jerry's face when he finds out that it's not confirmation, it's not Jon Voight's car, but it's the deck
is definitely stacked against George at this point.
Yeah, and
Jerry loves that.
Yeah, that to me is just some of the best components of Seinfeld, when one of the characters kind of gets like a one up on the other. Mm-hmm. But what about you though? Are you a fan of this episode? Like, is it for you like one of like the top 5 of the season?
So far, yeah. I it's funny when we do these rewatches, I get a feeling about a show, and I'm like, man, I am loving this episode right now. I didn't get that feeling watching this, even though it's a fantastic episode, as you said. So this one will not crack my top 20, and it's probably one of the better ones of season 6. But I just didn't have that feel. Maybe it is from watching it so much. The LeBaron convertible is such like an icon within the show, like an iconic figure, joke, memorable scene thing within the Seinfeld universe. Mm-hmm. Tim Whatley, the biting of the arm, Woody Woodpecker.
Also, the fact that it's a holiday episode, that always makes an episode a little more special to me. It just brings it up. Like on Thanksgiving, I will watch this episode.
Of course,
you know what I mean. Like it's special in that regard. But it's not an episode in the past couple of years, especially since starting trivia and doing this podcast, that I ever really revisit it. I'm kind of like okay, never watching this episode until Thanksgiving. What do you think about the original storyline though of Mr. Pitt? With Elaine and the jitterbug. Would you have liked to see that, or did you like what they came up with instead?
It would have been wonderful to see, but it would have really changed the course, not of the series, but of certain Elaine storylines that we saw. The bad dancing, the little kicks. Mm-hmm. But it still would have been cool to see Elaine dance with this kind of like father figure, this Mr. Pitt, that she did have a nice relationship up until she didn't.
Yeah. Also, this is a pretty cool episode. The fact that they got a cameo, by Jon Voight, the real Jon Voight Oscar winner, showing up, brief appearance, but nonetheless, he's on the show. I don't think they've had an actor or a celebrity of this caliber on the show yet, have they?
Playing themselves.
Either that or playing.
We're gonna Well, I'm thinking somebody who's gonna play a loose version of himself, not a character. So like Bette Midler plays herself.
That's a pretty big get.
Or
I'm just saying the show has definitely reached that level where Oscar winners are like, yeah, I'll come on your show.
I'll do a Seinfeld. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who's Raquel Welch?
Yeah, absolutely. Marissa Tomei.
Oh yeah. She may be the biggest, being the Oscar winner.
Yeah, I think. Again, Jon Voight's career just, at this time I don't think was what it was back in the 60s and 70s. But
Mel Torme was like a, who else was a big
get?
George Steinbrenner came in red. However, we didn't see him.
Oh, Rudy Giuliani, the mayor of New York. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
But yeah, just this Jon Voight thing is just huge because when the episode starts off, you're like, well, they're going to talk about Jon Voight a lot. It's not like you're going to see him. And sure enough, there he is to bite Kramer's arm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, like overall, not going to crack my top 20. You?
Same.
It's a fine episode.
Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. Please feel free to send us an email at seincast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, or Instagram.
Vinny, what episode do we have next week?
Next week, we're discussing the 9th episode of Season 6, The Secretary. And Matt, let's hurry up and get out of here. I'm meeting a woman for a drink.
Oh, really? And who might that be?
Some woman named Uma. Hope she's good looking.
But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Signing off. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
Big deal. All I see is Woody Woodpecker.
You got a problem with Woody Woodpecker?
Yeah, what is he, some sort of an instigator?
That's right. He's a troublemaker.